to make a really nice, interesting mushroom soup. This one's a little bit different from the usual because it's got lots of spices in it, and instead of using salt, I'm going to be using some soy sauce. It also gives it a really nice depth of flavour. So to start with, like any other soups, we start with some onions. So I'm going to roughly slice that. I've also got a pot here which I'll turn on a high heat, and I'll just add some oil just to heat that up while I'm chopping the onion. Just a bit of rice bran oil in there. I just want a low, neutral oil for this. So this is a soup, and that's what I love about soups. You don't have to cut everything fine because we're going to blend it at the end. Pop that straight in the pot. So 1 onion for this. So we'll just allow those onions to sweat off slightly. Once that's softened, we're going to start adding the spices. So that's softened down nicely. So the spices, I have a teaspoon of coriander powder, a teaspoon of garam masala, and some cumin. We want a teaspoon of that also. So I'll just place that in there. It's really important just to give this a few minutes, just for those spices to infuse the oil and all those aromas to come out. So 1-2 minutes. While that's happening, I'll get a potato. We're just going to peel that, and we're going to add that to the soup. This just allows it to thicken up, and you don't have to use any other agents. So we'll peel that, we'll cut that in 6, and we'll add that with the mushrooms. Right. We'll cut it in 8. So those spices have toasted off nicely. All we have to do now is add the potatoes, 500 grams of mushrooms. Now I've got button mushrooms here, and I've just finely sliced them straight in. Again, we want to coat that in all of those spices, so give that a good stir. It smells so good. And now we start adding the liquid. So I have some vegetable stock that I've just heated up, straight in there. I have some water. And this is the part that I really love, just to make it extra creamy. I have some coconut milk. So this also goes in at this stage. So now I'm going to bring that to the boil. I'll place a lid on, and then we're going to cook that for about 20 minutes. It's really important those potatoes are really cooked, because once we blend it, we want it to be nice, silky and smooth. Okay, this soup is smelling so good. Now we'll just check the potatoes are cooked. Once they're cooked, we're ready to go and start blending. Yes, perfectly cooked. So we've taken that off the heat. The smell of this is just full on, like you've got the coconut milk, the garam masala, but at the same time, it all works together nicely. Of course, we haven't seasoned it with salt, but I'm gonna season it with some soy sauce. And I love this because it not only gives it the seasoning, but it sort of rounds off all the flavors together. So 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Now we've got a stick blender here, and we're going to give that a good blend until it's nice and smooth. Easy as that. Simple mushroom soup, big bowl. You know, I wouldn't actually serve this as a starter. I would serve this as a main. All you need just to complete this meal is a little bit of naan bread. So you can see, nice, smooth, glossy soup. You know, full of flavour. The smell of it is just unbelievable. To garnish it, I've just got a little bit of coriander here. Put a couple of sprigs in like so. And just to show off and celebrate the key to this dish, mushrooms, what I like to do is just finely slice a couple of fresh mushrooms, just on top like so. And there you have it. I love this. This is the ultimate winter spice soup. Give mushroom soup a go. So full of flavour.